I didn't know the Southwest people that are selling, but who brings in this cow? It comes from the north, but they buy here and they kill and they sell. And I want to believe that the same thing, because I was there in the east, and I want to believe I was at the market, and I want to believe that the same thing applies. Now, when you stop that, it affects the economy of that zone. When you stop that, it affects the people, your people.
But they are stopping work on Monday, stopping students from going to school on Monday. All of that affected the community.
We have said that over time. We have said that over time that, look, some of these things, we are even talking about the economy that is dead, that we don't even know that it exists. They are just giving us all those abracadabra English grammar about economy and all that. For me, you can't tell me anything about it, because the question I'm going to ask, how does it reflect on an average Nigeria? So don't let us even go there. Now, when we are still in this mess, then you want to then bring so much hardship. You can't, because do you know how much they lose every Monday that people don't go out? Every Monday, do you know how much goes into that? So the route they're going about this whole thing, I think I have a problem with it. I'm not saying they should not, because if there's even in a house and some people are not being treated equally like every other person, they will raise issues. You will call them rebel, you will call them all sort of names, because they will tell you, no. That's why you see them, you call them rebels, they don't listen to you. Why? Because you give some people more preferential treatment than the others. So when these things happen, no doubt, you will get, that's how Igbo and the rest of them get you, so you will get all that, no doubt about it. But then, if you want this to go, there are better ways.
But isn't there an intellectual way?
Not putting hardship on your people.
But Ohaneze is there as one of the foremost, groups in the Southeast. We've not had conversations where Ipob and Ohaneze sat down to hold this. After all, the man who released this directive is the head of Directorate of the State, Enugu, Chika Edozie. He made the announcement in Enugu yesterday. He has a name. Obviously, an office. Obviously, a place where he could be met by Southeastern leaders. Are these matters not discussed? Because I want to quote him a little bit. Now, Ipob said a new department known as Education Department would be created, adding that the department will be responsible for teaching Igbo history in primary and secondary schools. Saying all Ipob families, who are Ipob families, are directed to activate the earlier instruction passed to them. They shall embark on worldwide protests in cities and capitals around the world. Beginning from Monday, January 3rd, no more Nigerian national anthem in all the schools in Biafra land.
Thank you.
Our children must no longer be reminded daily that they are under oppression by singing the national anthem of the oppressor. There are about 3 books that will be published this new year in furtherance of this, after the head of this department is made public. Biafran writers will be called upon to write books and educational materials to be published for our children in primary and secondary schools. I mean, isn't this a conversation going too far?
I just feel that some people are not doing what they're supposed to do. These people have leaders. They have governors. Now, the governors, every time they come to the central post to get money, and they go back to their states. And this is happening. And you're talking about Ipob. And Ipob is saying the East belongs to Biafra. And that this and that is not allowed in here. And you have governors that have not said, we are not Nigerians. You have the House of Assembly members that have not passed any law or transmit the same to the Federal National Assembly to say, okay, we want to go.
And you also have House of Rep members and senators.
You. And in the same National Assembly. And nobody has agreed with you to say we are Biafra and that we are not part of Nigerians and this and that. Yet, a group of people somewhere are issuing directive in the same zone, and they have people there also in that same zone that are supposed to be called leaders, and they still live on this part of the the country, and yet they are not doing anything. In fact, one of them conceded by saying that they should start school on Saturday because of the Monday whatever. So Saturday would
to accommodate
the
drama that
drama.
is
So
ensuing.
you can see that it's either they know what they are doing, or some people are trying to play smart, and some people are trying to fool some people. You see, there are so many.
And why then are we still talking about Igbo presidency because I think this is a conversation that is escalating. Ohaneze Ndi Igbo, all respect to them, are still talking consistently. They're very consistent in their demand. There must be Igbo presidency in 2023. That's what they are clamoring for. Maybe they think the clamoring for that will put an end to this
Unfortunately, if your house is like this and you don't have control over your house, then you want to be president. You think somebody will allow that?
Okay. That's a good question.
You see, this thing is not rocket science. If your house is like this and you can't do anything about it, then what you are eyeing, let's say your house, you have a family and your house is scattered, your children are messing around everywhere, is no order and all that.
And it's of public knowledge.
Thank you. Then you now say you want to come out and be leader somewhere. Wouldn't they ask you?
Community leader.
How? So all these things is intertwined. So they need to put their house in order before they can even talk about, presidency ticket. Because as we can see, there's so much going on there. And back to the Meads thing. Look, I don't see that happening, and I don't see it working. Maybe the one that could work, if
they say Fulani cows.
Hold on, the one that could work is if they had said that. If they had said that, okay, maybe henceforth in this zone, anyone that wants to get married, they used to ask for 10 cows and all those things.
Should no longer ask for cows.
They will ask and they will now say, They may not say not cow, but they will then say their own local. It must not be from the Fulani, whatever cows. Maybe
it just means cow.
Maybe from there, gradually. Well,
do you know how many cows we killed for Oba the other day?
Oh,
do you know how many cows we killed?
Thank you. That's the reason why I asked. I asked when I started the question was, do they have enough local animals, whatever it's a cow or whatever they call it?
You still have a ranch in Oba.
They brought those things to them. It was Fulani cows. They use in Oba.
Cow is cow. Cow is Nigerian cow.
Is the but they are saying they don't want.
What you're talking about is Nigerian cow.
They say they don't want. Maybe they will import. China, they can bring cows from China. They can bring from Spain. They can bring from. I know they will bring from the Western world.
They'll take cow. Yoruba cow. What is what that we're already naming cow after a tribe? What exactly are we talking about? In 2023.
Like I told you that we have cows in my place.
Yes.
And we have one Fulani man that is
rearing cows.
But it's our cow.
It's your cow.
Our cows.
So I don't understand.
I don't understand.
This one that we have cow that has name and has title and has tribe. So apart from Nigerians having names now and title, cows now also have
but I think
origin.
If our leaders do the right thing, we won't get all these vibes.
But it all comes back to the conversation because what kind of feelers do you feel that? Okay, let me say what kind of feelers are you getting? Because if the presidency, now an intentional presidency, will respond to this, what do you think will happen? Just as, don't forget, Hope Uzodinma, the governor of Imo State, is naming sponsors of terror. And don't forget that this is part of what they term terrorism.
They've stopped people going to school every Monday. What has federal government done? Your presidency.
Our presidency.
No, me, I don't know anything about president because Constitution didn't tell me anything about presidency.
Okay, you have president.
I only know president and his cabinet. Then if a cabal call themselves presidency, I don't know about that.
Okay, you say a cabal.
So I don't know. But the question is, so what have they done so far? So all these things, yeah, I think we are just sitting on a bomb. A serious one, heavy one. And I hope that we'll detonate it before the thing explodes. I hope so.
We need to discern all these bombs that are being planted in terms of conversations that preach disunity across board. I know quite a number of people who want to talk about this and to talk about the marginalization of the Easterners and all that, but it's not a conversation for the phone call this morning. Send your text message and WhatsApp just as it is written on the screen. We will definitely take those messages. Now, talking about terrorism, I did say that the governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, is naming terrorists and sponsors rather of terrorism. But Ali Ndume, the senator, has been consistent in his demand that the federal government does not pay lip service to the idea of naming sponsors of terror. He said, name, prosecute the sponsors of terrorism. Now, this was one conversation that we had in 2021. Who are the sponsors? The federal government said they know. They even alleged that a member of the National Assembly is one of them. And I remember that the House of Reps were quick to respond and say, name the member among us who is a sponsor of terrorism. The federal government is going to do that.
Let's clear that. The federal government didn't name sponsor of terrorism.
No, they said they will.
Hold on. They told us that they have over 400 names.
I told them to
and
make it
we've
public.
been asking. They never mentioned anything. Until when the Sunday Igboho matter came up. That was when Mr. President came to tell us that a member of National Assembly was the sponsor. I'm sure you're following what I'm saying.
Yes, I am.
A member of National, that was when before Sunday Igboho, nobody. They just told us we have names of sponsors. And in fact, I remember, I think Falana went to court.
Yes.
To say, should you bring out the list?
And let us see.
Till tomorrow.
We're yet to see.
And they've been giving us different reasons why the list, they cannot print out the list, why it cannot be available to us, it will cost this, it will cost that. Then shut up.
Stop talking about it.
Stop talking. You can't come and give me leaves so that you want me to know you're working. You claim, yes, you claim you have names.
Okay, if you can't publish it, then can't you prosecute?
Outside your country, there. Another country, number of sponsors.
Made it public.
Made it public. They are being prosecuted.
Them.
Yet, you have not even released the list, and nobody, not one of them, is not being prosecuted. And you are telling me you have list of sponsors.
Maybe it was a speculation.
Wow. So,
it's you that said
what do we say? I didn't say that.
I just
They say that. Your body language, everything about them is saying, is telling